to explain that we need more of these workshops and seminars, because CWAG, the Conference of Western Attorney Generals, have done so much in partnership with the African Alliance to ensure that, you know, we are on the same page. The world is a global village, you will agree with me. And that being so, it is time we begin to synergize seamlessly with the rest of the world. Because if we don't do that, we might just remain in our own enclave and will not know the trends that are developing in the entire world, in the international community. I just want to let you know that these gentlemen have come to Africa to assist us, as it were. Last year, for a start, they were in Cross River State on a one-day seminar. And thereafter, I was invited to San Francisco in California, and I delivered a speech. And I begged them that, look, all the issues we are talking about, especially when it comes to human trafficking, you know, like one of the attorneys then remarked, can only be resolved through legislation. And looking at Wikipedia, I read something that was not too palatable about Nigeria, that we are the haven for trafficking. And I said, maybe Wikipedia has to be amended, because Nigeria 10 years ago is not the same Nigeria today. We have the Administration of Criminal Justice Act passed into law and domesticated in over 28 states already. We have the Child Rights Act also domesticated and passed in my state. And in my state, we did not only domesticate it, the Chief Judge has also signed practice directions in relation to the administration of the Child Rights Law in Cross River State. But all this, I will tell you, has come because of my partnership with CWAG. And so today, the lawyers in the Ministry of Justice will tell you we've had more than 8 workshops so far with CWAG, UNODC, UNICEF, and so many of them. And my friend and colleague, the AG of Adamawa, Balasanga, told me that he is working, you know, tirelessly to ensure that they don't just stop in, you know, the southern region. So I was very pleased and happy when CWAG informed me that our brothers, the attorneys in Abuja and in Sokoto, and they are all coming to Abuja to gather for, you know, a parley of this nature. And I believe, my dear colleagues, that what you have seen is a tip of the iceberg. Eventually, we are going to have larger forums wherein we will meet colleagues from West Africa, South Africa, and Central Africa, as the case might be, so that we know what is happening there. Because when the Attorney General of the Federation of Kenya was asked, you know, to discuss, you know, what happens, and just the Office of Attorney General and Minister for Justice, what are the duties? We found out that the duties of the Minister of Justice in Kenya is different from that in Nigeria. But suffice it to say that we did not have this parley in San Francisco. There is nowhere that I would have even known that. So these international collaborations have become very, very important. And I believe that the step that CWAG is taking, coming here to, you know, jojo with us, is the right step. And I want to believe also that all of you have learned one or two things from what the renowned Otowori has just told me. It appears that you all enjoyed the lectures. Did you not enjoy the lectures? Oh, I'm very happy to hear that, because it's not showing in your faces, or the lunch was not good enough. I expect to see you guys more buoyant and happy, and everybody, so that they can come back again. By the way, let me seize this opportunity to invite all of you to Cross River State, Calabar, the first quarter of next year, we will be having a very big workshop there. So you just keep your ears open and continue to fraternize with CWAG so that we can invite you and arrange the modalities for your attending the workshop. Thank you.
Another round of applause for him. He had to come all the way, and his meeting delayed him. If not, he would have been earlier here with us. It's now time for us to have the final panel discussion. So all that question you have been reserving, maybe the one you were not able to get answered along the way, they are all going to be answered now. Our facilitators are going to come. Please, can I get 3 seats up here, please? 3 seats. Our facilitators are going to come up, and then you can ask question. Maybe something that relates again across what they have taught and what you have learned in a different session. We'll have that quickly before we close. Please, 3 seats up here. Mayowa, please, can you help us with another seat? We need 3 seats up here. Thank you.
Let me say it's been a very pleasurable experience, and the back and forth has really stimulated my mind. I think all we do underscores the fact that the law is dynamic. It's basically dynamic. It's a contest of interpretations, and the most compelling one usually wins. But don't forget, it's all about first principles. Thank you.
Thank you for welcoming me into your country. I have, yeah. I enjoyed it so much that I picked up the dress. So, but it's been a wonderful experience being able to interact with all of you and be able to learn from you as well. It's always great to be able to have these type of workshops and these type of discussions. I think we learn a lot from them. That we can look at things from different perspectives and different points of view, that there's different approaches to things, and that we can adapt and learn from each other. I've heard one time that every great invention was based on something previous. So you take the Apple iPod developed into the Apple iPhone, and these inventions always were built upon something. I think we have great foundations that we're building upon, and we're inventing something great. And I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I'm excited to see you guys grow and learn and progress in your careers.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you. It has been a great honor for me. I can easily say that
I've always heard that happens to you.
It is. There is something about me that turns off the microphone. This has easily been one of the most welcoming groups that I have ever been with, and thank you for your hospitality and for your kindness. When we join the practice of law, it's not the expertise of law, it's not the finish line. We are all constantly struggling to better ourselves and to better our profession and to better those that we work with and work hard for their cause. And I know we all have a lot of hard work in front of us and behind us. I'm encouraged by the fact that, you know, everyone here had great questions and put in some really great effort. And I believe that the struggles that you have expressed and that we've talked about, they will get better because we have such a dynamic group here that are passionate about making it better.
Thank you. From what I've heard the three panelists say, I believe that we've had a very robust discussion this afternoon. All I can say is that the world is a global village, and partnerships of this nature will only go to make all of us international lawyers, and it will be most rewarding that we continue. I shouldn't tell stories, but I just want to share a little experience with you. 2 weeks ago, I was involved in international mediation in London with one of the biggest law firms, White & Case, with over 5 QCs sitting in the panel. The experience I thought I did not have became so much knowledge for the QCs, because there are so many issues, especially as it relates to our oil and gas law in Nigeria, that they have been looking forward to filling in the gaps. And I provided questions that made all of them students during the mediation. So I want to encourage all of you that partnership with CWAG, especially the African Alliance as it is going to make all of us better lawyers with enough exposure to handle any situation, any case, be it in Madagascar, in Nigeria, in UK, or in the US. So it's all for our own good. Thank you for participation.
It's time for us to ask questions, make a contribution.
Thank you, our panelists for today and the last 3 days, my fellow colleagues, senior and contemporary. What I want to ask is, does CWAG provide ADR also? Not just the litigation, the courtroom litigation. Do you provide ADR services as well? Or training, workshop? Do you do ADR? Alternative dispute resolution, please, such as arbitration and co.
The trainings I've been involved in have been in preparing a case for trial with the Mexican system, and then now in Africa, and it's all been based on advocacy, because that seems to be, that's a skill that you have to practice and that you have to learn from others. It's not, I don't think it's a skill that is innate to anyone, and it's something that we've all learned from someone else. So those are the programs that I've been involved with.
Because I was thinking, just like we did right now, we're getting the perspective of litigation from the American viewpoint. I was like our honorable here said, when he went to London, his fellow colleagues there learned from him. It has to have the African flavor, and I was thinking about the American flavor as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have not had anything in mediation, but it's something we can look into, and if we have anything, we will ensure we'll let you know.
Thank you, Madam. Mine is an appreciation, and also to say that what we have seen here has impacted us. Professor Agom here and myself are university lecturers. We are both professors of law from Ahmadu Bello University, but we are also legal practitioners. We combine teaching with the practice of law. So what we saw here, I was even telling him, he's our deputy dean of law, Professor Agom. So I was telling him what we have seen here, we have benefited. I think we need to, when we go back, look at our curriculum and the hours of teaching. For example, each core course we have 4 hours per week. So why don't he inform the dean? 3 hours for teaching, 1 hour for tutorial, the type we had here about Castro and the people. I said, that will make the study of law better. So what we have seen here, let's translate it to the classroom and see how we can apply it in the school as well. And it will be a very big achievement. So we are very grateful, and we just want you to know what you have done is going to not only impact us, but it's going to translate to the students that we teach. And in ABU's area, we are going to try to make that part of our curriculum. Thank you, sir.
That's wonderful. That's the kind of feedback we want from this in this workshop, because really we want it to translate to what we finally do in the legal profession. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I have also, like Professor Kumo said, I have also benefited. Although I'm not a university lecturer and I don't intend to be one, but at least we have some teaming colleagues under us who look upon us for guidance. I must say, sir, that particularly you, sir, I'm sorry I can't remember the name, but particularly you and my facilitator here, you have a kind of addendum on the aspect that, for instance, where you have a council which will insist that his question must be answered on yes or no. You have also propounded reasons why we should insist on that, because it is a fundamental right of a constitutional right of the person we are defending. Except that I want to make a plea, sir. I've collected your phone number in case I insist and any judge sends me somewhere, you will come upon to help me.
I just want to make a comment that this gentleman, we had our practical with the cross-examination, and that was probably one of the best cross-examinations I've ever seen. It was, and he effectively used the yes or no and controlled me. I was the witness, and I had no wiggle room, so very effective.
Very well. Yes. Any other question?
Sorry, Ebele, let me just clear the man. It's not just fallout, or it was a notorious DPP in Lagos State. It was a notorious DPP in Lagos State. I practiced law in Lagos for 26 years. So when I use the word notorious, positively notorious, he's a great man, and all the lawyers in Calabar will not forget him in a hurry. We've had to learn a lot from him, and I tell you that all of you need to have a partnership with Fola. He has a lot to teach you, especially when it comes to criminal prosecution. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Any other comments?
Thank you very much. Mine is to appeal to the participants. Let this not just be a learning process that would end here. You know, because I think the greatest challenge we have in our country today is with administration of justice. And it's not with our laws, but I think one of attitude, you know, attitudinal change. We need to be very, very positive, at least from the presentations by Scott and, you know, Demi. We clearly can see the similarities, you know. In their system, for instance, you hardly hear of a case lasting for 5 years. Ours here, you have 10 years, 15 years. So it's not so much the law, but us. So I think we should leave this place today with the resolve that CWAG and AAP, and these great resource persons have impacted on us, and we go out there and do what we call train the trainer. You know, we'll go back to our branch to try to see how we can let this cascade down. So thank you very, very much. And, you know, one more plea we have, which is simply the need for CWAG to also partner with state governments and institutions, you know, to see how we can further grassroots this and then have a robust approach to this challenge. So once more, I want to thank CWAG and AAP and our resource persons. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're already working with that. And I think during the opening statement, I mentioned that we are already trying to work with different state governments, and we have been working with different institutions. I know we have worked with NILES, we have worked with LBS, we have worked with NAPTIP, all with different state government, with Cross River State Government. We're about to have something with Kogi and other states that have caught the vision. And what we are trying to do is to ensure that this knowledge is shared and it gets down, real down to the grassroots. And I thank God that you're a professor in a university, and about the attitudinal change, the new generation, if the attitude will change, of course, before you know it, we have the tomorrow we are all looking forward to. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Another?
I just want to thank the panel of resource persons that made this workshop what we have not, I have not personally experienced as such, as being so impactful. So I just want to thank you and say that I have, and I think most of us have, the privilege to come in contact with such resource persons to give us such invigorating workshop, very impactful. Another suggestion is that when we have such things, we'll be born in with knowledge on where to exhibit it. But the system will stop us somewhere. I think some of us agree with me. So what I'm trying to say is that let this workshop extend to other branches. For example, we lawyers trained, judges trained, other aspects are touched. So when it is done, and there should be a synergy of what we have learned, because from the bench side, something we have come to a standard. From the bar side, we have gotten a standard, and between it there should be consensus addendum of what we had gotten from both sides, and things will flow. Thank you very much. I'm most
Your recommendations are well noted.
Hello. Thank you very much. My name is Prince Adebi. Mine is more of a appreciation too. I want to thank CWAG. I've been practicing law for about 10 years. I don't joke with seminars like this, and I have attended a lot. But this particular one is different. They brought in a lot of things, a lot of perspective. They made it very real. Mr. Fola Atowari was something else. You know, when he was teaching us, I would like to use the word teaching because it was teaching for me. When he was teaching us, I picture myself in a courtroom, and everything was real. It was real. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful. And of course, we still had one disagreement, and I'm so happy my Lord brought it out today, because I stood up yesterday to say that I've been in court where my Lord will say, my court is not a yes and no question. And when my Lord came this morning, that was where he started from. Also, I was struggling to talk, but of course, I didn't have the opportunity. But just like my learned senior also said, I will get your number, so that when I insist, that I don't want them to explain, I will come. Thank you so much. And of course, we have also been able to learn from other jurisdictions, so I can safely travel to America now, and I want to try to have a bite. Thank you so much. And please, you should invite us for subsequent training. We would like to have more bites. Thank you very much.
If we have your email address, if you registered online, of course you are sure you're going to get an invitation. And about the contact, you can always get it, so that when you're docked, you know where, you know who to call to come to your rescue. But really, that teaching has really helped me, because it means tomorrow when a judge says he can explain, I will tell him, please, my Lord, I want you to rule on it, so that I can go on appeal. I will ask him, my Lord, please, I want you to rule on this issue. And then he will rule that he must give. Let us address you on whether he can answer yes or no. And if he goes ahead to rule on it, of course I know where to go. But that still brings us back to the delays. The delays, because I will go on appeal and file for stay pending the hearing of my appeal.
Yes. First of all, I would also like to thank CWAG for the opportunity given to us to actually come to this place and learn. Just like Prof. Agom has said, this workshop seems to be centered at the urban areas of the country. We all know that it is in the rural areas that most of this injustice occasioned by the imperfection of our system occur, and they are the people I believe need this more. So I am actually pleading with CWAG to extend these workshops to those areas, because those are the places, this thing we have learned, I know I will bring mine to bear in those places, but I also want CWAG to extend it to those places. Then secondly, we've seen the bench here, we've seen the bar here, we've also seen the prosecution here and the private lawyers here. But what we are missing here is the court workers and the investigators. They are missing here, and they form a very substantial part of our legal system here, please. I think when next something like this is going on, I would like to suggest that they be included so that the whole system can work effectively. Thank you very much.
We have heard your plea, and we'll look into it. Thank you.
Actually, mine too is a compliment. We thank all the presenters and our teachers, actually, whom we hold them in a very high esteem. And Professor Agam is not only Professor of Law and Deputy Dean, he is the Chairman, Zaria Bar. And that is why he is here, not for the university, actually, for the lawyers mostly. I know I'm jealous. He was not introduced as our Chairman. I'm the Welfare Secretary of the branch, and he's my Chairman. And yes. By and large, actually, I wish, I know that this is how the conference is going to be. I would have suggested to my chairman that we should come with some judges from our branch, even from the higher bench and even the lower bench. Actually, we didn't know that this is how the conference is going to be. But next time, we believe, if you have the same opportunity, we suggest that to the chairman, for them to come and see and learn the best how to work, how to do this legal practice in a more fashionable way. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. That is duly noted. Please use this mic. Use this one. Use this one. Use this one.
All protocols observed. Mine just 2 references. We are so grateful, particularly myself. I'm so excited by the practical aspect, not the theoretical aspect. And secondly, when we came in the first day, second day, we saw some white men sitting here, 2 of them. One lady, today we are all Nigerians, one with a cap, the other one. So we don't want them back to, we want them to remain. Particularly, but he's not a black man, yeah, he's a cap man, yeah. We almost.
Ebele, sorry, Ebele.
We have come.
1 minute. Let me just interject here. The gentleman, some quiet. The man that spoke before your comments talked about other partners that we need to bring into this process to drive it properly. I want to agree with you and to also share an experience with you. There is no point, hiding it. The greatest partner that we need in this marriage for it to work is the Nigerian police. That is the truth of the matter. We need future workshops like this. We need our colleagues to invite the police prosecutors to be part of it. While rushing to come to Abuja from Calabar, to talk to you, the DPP called me and said a matter that the police already charged to court. They charged 3 persons and others still at large. The plea was read and the accused were detained, or rather asked to wait. On the return date, the police came with a spurious application to say that the IG is interested in the matter and wants the matter withdrawn from court for further investigation. So they called me, the DPP called me, and I said, application not granted. So the commissioner for police called me and he said, my lord, the AG, where are you? I said, I'm in the airport. He said, the IG wants, and I said, it is common sense. You went to court, you said, they accused the commissioner of police versus the 3 accused persons and others still at large. Now the IG has suddenly found the others still at large. Amend your plea and include their names. You don't withdraw. Of course, we all know the issue of the notorious issue of gratification. Now that the police have been settled in Abuja, they drove their vehicles to my courtroom and they say, we want to withdraw and go and investigate further. And I said, no, these 3 that we have grabbed, we will sentence them. When the other ones at large that you have found, bring them. When you bring them, we will try them further. So the police must be a partner in this process so that we can succeed. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take the chairman of the Buhari branch. I know he's been raising his hand even though we're supposed to be rounding up.
I'm sorry to take the time. All protocols observed. This workshop, I noticed, is more inclined to prosecutors. Now, what is happening in our countries? We do not have professional prosecutors. I would have thought maybe this workshop would now be developed further into a proper course, prosecutor's course. If you notice and observe when our parastatals, the commissions, and the Attorney General's office, and the police, when they charge people to court, we have charges of 100, 120, 150 charges. And by the time the charges are read, the judge has probably forgotten about the first charge. Now, I know the Crown Prosecution Service. I know the District Attorney's Office in the US and the Crown Prosecution Service in the UK. There are some cases they do not take to court because they cannot win. And now, I am suggesting, if this workshop is developed into a course and prosecutors are trained, we don't need to go with 150 charges. We just need one, and that's for the maximum penalty. And we'll get whoever is the accused person. So I'm just making a suggestion. If the organizer at CWAG could look into this and get in touch with the necessary government officials and develop a course so that we do not have a policeman who controls traffic on the road. They transfer him from there and say, go to court, and carry the file and say you're going to prosecute. So people like the EFCC, ICPC, the police, and the lawyers, not just lawyers, but lawyers who want to become prosecutors, they now come for this course and become professional prosecutors. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me respond. Thank you for the question. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice just had, working in conjunction with the UNODC, had a course or a training, a workshop for prosecutors only. One was in Calabar and the other one was in Benin. So outside CWAG, we are working also in conjunction with the UNODC, Office on Drug and Crime. So they're working to train the prosecutors across the country. We recently, the body of attorneys general in the Federation, adopted a national policy on prosecution. Thank God my colleague is here, the AG of Kebbi State. We have all agreed and endorsed the document, for national spread, to train the prosecutors. So something is being done about that. I'm not sure that CWAG is aware of that, but one at a time. We're working with UNODC on this to train the prosecutors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And as you said, we also invite prosecutors, but of course you can't compel them to come. All of them received invitation for this seminar, and some of them were here and some left at a point. And we still have people from NAPTIP and Customs. They are here with us. Some of them, like the one we had in Lagos, they were also there. A lot of prosecutors were in LBS. So we invite people and we try to make it a rounded. That is why we have the interactive section, so that we can hear it from the lawyer's perspective, the prosecutor's perspective, so that it will be a rounded. In fact, why we didn't have so many students in this one was because of the strike. If not for the strike, the students would have been well represented, because we want it to be all encompassing different aspects of our legal profession. And we'll note it further and we'll take it further to ensure that they join us for this, just like the AG has said. And with that, we have come to the end of today. I don't know, sir, you wanted to say something? And before that, we have the honor of the Attorney General, Honorable Attorney General of Kebbi State. A round of applause for her. She just decided that she must come in just to show her solidarity for what we are doing here. We were together at the last AG Summit, and it was indeed a wonderful time in Yola. Welcome, Mom. Welcome. So we'll have the last question, just the last question. The last comment?
I so much thank the facilitators in this workshop. I thank my learned colleagues, especially my seniors that make us be here. I so much appreciate Mr. Scott, in particular for the case study. In fact, I believe many of us here have learned a lot from the case study. And also, I appreciate Mr. Sola for cross-examination, because in particular I handled a matter in which I experienced a lot of injustice, which made me to ask those 2 questions, and I get a positive response. That might have improved my maybe action in the future. I so much appreciate everybody. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And with that, we have come to the end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our facilitators. You can now come down. Please, since we have our Honorable AG in our midst, let her just have a few words. Just a few words. Please, a round of applause even as she comes. She honored us with her presence.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'll just stand on existing protocol. I'm sure when you started the program, there was a protocol. My apologies for coming late. I was at the Supreme Court attending the Body of Benches meeting, and I wanted to come early. I got lost. I went to the other Rock View trying to find this program. So I came in when thank yous, vote of thanks were being given. I want to commend the organizers of this program, the Western Attorney General's for CWAG workshop, and its quest and need for participating in training, especially oral advocacy with regards to prosecution. I believe that most of the attorney generals of each prospective states of Nigeria should actually study the work of the CWAG and see how they can bring it into their prospective states, because I believe the prosecution team of each state should be expanded and given a lot of power so that we can, work on awaiting trial cases, quite a lot of, criminal matters that are really congested, help to, decongest the court. And I believe with the power of advocacy in courts, it's a CPD, it's a continuous professional development, which I think all lawyers should practice, each day so that they can harness their skills. I hope I'm hitting all the right points here, because I didn't catch up with the program from the beginning. So thank you for inviting me, and I'll definitely see what CWAG has to offer and see if I can sell it to my state so that we can tap in. Thank you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, another round of applause. Maybe you think because we are of the same gender, but another round of applause for her. She's a wonderful, 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 wonderful lawyer and an AG. Thank you so much. Other ladies here agree with me that she's a wonderful lawyer. Thank you so much, Ma, for honoring us. And now we have come to the end of the program. It's now time for us to get our certificate. And I will be inviting the Honorable AG of Cross River State to hand out the certificates. Chisanga Kasonde. All the way from Zambia, sorry. Bambanzi Caroline. Abibatu Lawani. Paga Ebi Beregba. Paga Ebi Bereba. Barrister Abdullahi W. Zakari. Ugochukwu Nwokike. Yes. Ugochukwu Nwokike. Usani Nicholas Odum. Ugochukwu Nwokike. Ahamefuna Emmanuel Magu. Gloria Nwakolobi Ogu. Eric Otojahi. Okay, here. Lawal Umar Ali. Lawal Umar Ali. Shafatu Ismail Bello. Chuks Umani Opara. Niyi Brownson Olorumaye. Akbabio Akan Johnson. Niyi, okay. Yes, no. Tajuddin Abdullahi. Augustine Agom. Linda Rose Bala. He's the Zaria branch of the MBA, yes. A.Y. Musa. Priscilla Gwani. A.Y. Musa, yes. That's the excellent commended student. Priscilla Gwani. Andrew Akume. Okay. Andrew Akume. Gusung Dauda Ilya. Bashir Musa. Gunsung Dauda Ilya. Okay. Bashir Musa. Musa Muhammad Yahuza. Okay. Dr. A. Ishak. John N. Igwe. Samaila Uma. John Igwe. Samaila Uma. Samaila. Clementina Chika Okeke. Festus Babatunde Daniel. Garba Mohammed Sadiq.
Where is Daniel?
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Garba Mohammed Sadiq. Friday Matthias Ekeke. A.T. Abubakar. A.T. Abubakar. Emmanuel Shodeinde. Garba Muhammad Suleiman. Shehu Sabo. Shehu Sabo. Olukemi Oshuntoye. Olukemi Oshuntoye. Umar Buhari. Umar U. Buhari. Don't worry. Esene Kingsley. Esene Kingsley. Usman Shehu. Adeni Clement. Adering Boye. Usman Shehu. Adeni, okay. A.Y. Mohammed. Anas Lawal. Kola Omotum Tunigbon. Tunigbon. Kola Tunigbon. Odion Oko Uje Ehis. Pauline Abulimen. Princess F. Frank Chukwani. Sahid D. Shitu. She's not around. Lekon I. Oladapo. Sahid Shitu. She's Lekon I. Oladapo. Priscilla Okeja. Lekon. Priscilla Okeja. PK Abodurin. Lady Ngozi Agubalo. Lady Ngozi Agubalo. Prince Adebiyi Adetoshoye. PK Abodurin. Are you? Anyanwu Izebus. That's a special name. Mohammed Adama. Mohammed Adama. Daniel Bwala. Okay. Mohammed Adama. Okay. Daniel Bwala. Bwala. So sorry. Suleiman Sadia Miss. Suleiman Sadia Miss. Evelyn Charles Iyanya. Evelyn. Mohammed A. Ashara. Mohammed A. Ashara. Abdul Wahab Mohammed. Wahab Mohammed. Okay. Muhid Komola. Muhid Komolafe. Komolafe. Elizabeth Udosen. Elizabeth Udosen. Mary Joy Sampson. Mary Joy Sampson. Ago Ogunleya. Mary Joy Sampson. Ayo Ogunleya. Tejumola Abiola Oloke. Rebecca Ewuso Yele. Rebecca, okay, she's coming. Aondona Oti. And this last one is really, I don't know why his name came last, because he was the first person that got here on the 19th. He was the first participant that came and registered. Really. No, you're not the last. You're the best. You're the best. So this is the, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And then if you didn't hear your name, please, you meet the secretariat at the back. Immediately we finish now. If you didn't hear your name, you meet the secretariat at the back. The chairman of the Gwagwalada branch has been asking to just say 2 words. I will want him to come forward. The chairman of the Mr. M.I. Sav, and his certificate is not ready, so but we will handle that immediately. We'll finish now. Are you coming up, sir? So we have come to the...
Tell them that he will sign here.
Please, Your certificates, if you can help us, we'll go line by line. There is one more portion to be signed so that we get it signed immediately. There is one more portion to be signed. So the Secretariat will just collect it line by line so that we can get it signed for you immediately now, before you leave. There is one more signature that is not signed. There is one more signature that hasn't signed. So if you will collect it line by line and...
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marcus Green is sitting at the back. He's right there to sign the certificates where in the portion that's not signed. So just go back there and he'll sign it. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I just want to appreciate the organizer of this workshop, and I want to lend my voice also to numerous persons that have appreciated them for their efforts so far. In fact, we really appreciate you and we thank you for this workshop. Very educative and very inspiring, and we hope that you keep it up. In fact, we know that cross-examination is one of the difficult aspects of advocacy, and with this workshop we've learned a lot and which we think we'll put in practice. So we really appreciate you. And finally, on a lighter note, I want to thank you for the sumptuous and delicious delicacy you have provided for the 3 days. In fact, that alone has stimulated the people's coming for the workshop, and because majority of people feel if they are here, they attend the lecture without food, they may not be able to appreciate very well. You've given us food, you fed us, and we are fed up. We are very grateful, ma'am.
Okay. Please, we also have a last-minute photograph of all the participants in front of the hotel before we go now. Photograph outside. Let's have photograph outside. We can come back to resume signing of the certificates. Let's have a quick photograph before people disperse. A quick photograph outside before people disperse in front of the hotel.